into Heat 14. Round number 1, Oney Anwar representing Indonesia. Tomas Tudela from Peru. Billy Kemper representing Hawaii from the island of Maui. And Luke Shepardson also representing Hawaii right here from the North Shore of Oahu.
You know, it's interesting, Kaipo. See how the texture of the ocean has completely changed? As soon as you get a little cloud cover, all of a sudden, there's this little steering of the wind, and obviously making it a little more challenging because it's now gone more onshore just over this little cloud cover. Yeah,
you're right. And we're looking at a replay, one of Oney Anwar, who's in a red jersey, and one of Tomas Tudela in the blue jersey. And let's see, Billy Kemper is going to get in the mix too in the white jersey.
So Billy Kemper on the backhand on this one. Looks like he's nursing a little injury there, seeing that he's got taped up knee, but doesn't seem to affecting his performance at all.
And Oney Anwar, one of our few Indonesian competitors.
So he started off with the 4.4 on that first exchange, and then just there, just a 0.90. We know that.
Well, we know, but we want to tell the world.
Okay.
That's why we're on the WorldSurfLeague.com, giving you all this stuff. Billy Kemper, check him out, snapping it. You wouldn't know that there's an injured knee there by his surfing. He opened up with a 4.4.
Well, what's interesting is he's got tape. Rather, I mean, there is braces out there, so it's not super extensive injuries, probably sore. But, you know, if you do things properly, taping it up, you know, not overusing it, allowing it to rest at times. You know, he's been training really hard, you know, obvious reasons why. And, you know, but again, it's not really seemed to be affecting his performance. Matter of fact, he looks electrified.
Luke Shepardson, great surfer from the North Shore, tearing apart this little left. And you know what? Luke Shepardson, Peter, he doesn't mind a couple double extra large waves either.
No, he doesn't.
And Oney behind him gets a little loose and goes down. Who's out there in the blue jersey? He took a win as well. We're back to replay here of last of Luke Shepardson.
So this section steepens up for him, and he goes to work. So nice, able to visualize that was going to happen on that inside section. He stayed with it. Billy Kemper also already received a 4.4 for his first wave. This is on his backhand. Mixing it up. This is the first exchange here from Tudela. Going for the inversion of the air. Has he pulled off that? It was a pretty good score for one maneuver, just because of the way he was inverted on the maneuver.
And we're sticking with Tomas Tudela. And then just late to that final maneuver, so.
It was pretty good, better to score, so I was like, oh wow, that could have been me. I was in third priority, but I was like, okay, there's going to be a flurry. Like, I was just trying to manifest it. Like, there's going to be waves. I'm going to get one. And luckily, I kind of just try to keep busy. Like, like you said, we found a little left at Ehukai, and I knew, like, I'd be surfing a heat and little lefts at some point. So I was like, yeah, just get my wax, try to figure out what boards I'm going to use, and just keep surfing, just keep busy. And
we see a lot more of him. We're obviously going to see more of him in this Hawaiian Pro because he's advanced on into round number 2. Looking at a replay of Luke Shepardson, Peter.
On the backhand, you know, he hones his skills at places like Rocky Point. He'll probably put some time in here at Small Haleiwa, being that
it looks bumpy, but in Maui this is glassy.
Yeah.
During the break, Tomas Tudela took apart a left.
He did, you know, and you look at his competitive highlights this season. In Peru, he was able to finish with an equal ninth in one of their local regional events, but also a bit more of one of those types of waves that slams you to the bottom.
Yeah, we're talking about Tomas Tudela. He's out there in the blue jersey. Now we're looking at Luke Shepardson, the local North Shore boy, and he's surfing right now. Let's just for a 4.14 to get into second place.
Luke has been able to probably get into each and every event for this Vans Triple Crown. The last score there did not get to the 4.14 needed.
Minutes remaining in the heat right now with Oney Anwar out in the lead. Tomas Tudela is surfing his way and hoping to get a 3.2, and he's not going to do that because he failed in that final maneuver.
Billy Kemper, Kieran Jabor, Koa Smith.
And here's Billy Kemper. He's going to be surfing in the entire Triple Crown. And he's starting off as his campaign here, unfortunately, just unable to pull down that final snap. When we're in the title showdown, that's going to be a big deal come the final jewel of the Vans Triple Crown. But looking to live action.
Wow,
Speaking
Tomas.
of big deal, you better pump your fist, Tomas Tudela, because you're looking for a 3.2, and he got that 3.2 and more.
You know
on
what,
that last left-hander.
That was a little wider chip, too. That was one that's kind of slid off the main lineup, so he was able to pick that up on his own. And it gave him 3 quality sections. And so I think easily he's going to get the score and overtake Billy Kemper.
Could go into first.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at it.
Well, again, so look at where he is on the lineup. He's away from the other competitors, and this wave stood up, like I said, 3 separate times, 3 good sections, and he tagged it each and every time.
Tomas Tudela, Oney Anwar drops down to second. Billy Kemper now in the hot seat, and Luke Shepardson here surfing for 5.2. Couple of nice turns for the North Shore boy. Finishing off there, 5.2.
Oh.
Could have got the job done there, and
Could've.
the seesaw battle continues.
I don't know if you saw in the very beginning there, he kind of hesitated because he saw Oney Anwar taking a look at it. Oney had priority, but he elected to not go on that wave. Being in second priority was Luke Shepardson, so he knew since Oney didn't go, that means it's his turn, and he made and pulled the trigger, and good job that he did, because I think this is going to be a pretty good number for him. Bait Oney in, which is exactly what he did. Oh, wait
a minute.
See what happens here.
That's up to the priority judge.
So in that situation,
break it down.
There's a blocking that can happen, and if it blocks, there it goes. It got changed.
It flipped,
so,
yeah.
So I mean, he blocked Billy from catching that wave.
Yeah.
You lose priority
Can't
that way,
that.
and now Oney made a mistake.
Tomas is going to happy to take, as that all is happening out the back, Tomas was happy to take that little left-hander, but didn't really form up on the inside. But now opportunity to Billy Kemper as the white P by his name. He does have first priority, and he needs a 5-point ride.
And again, 2 minutes to go. So Billy knew that rule, and he's looking at that wave. Oney makes a move for it. And yeah, take a look at it here. You see he's looking. He's almost asking him, and then, oh, you're going to go? Up. I don't want it. And that's a block. And when you do that, you lose priority. And he applies the same kind of competitive savviness to riding big waves.
Here we go. This is going to be the chance for Billy Kemper. A nice snap to open up with. Another little hook. Wants a steeper face. Bangs it again on the backhand.
That was an important section.
Busy work in between here. Finishes off. Yells at the tower. Says, give me a 5.
Well, I'll tell you, the one section that gave him that, that kind of told me that he definitely could get it, maybe get it. I'm so wishy-washy, aren't I? It's so close, though. I can't, again, it's right there.
Nice little spin from Luke Shepardson. He's looking for even a smaller score of a 4.54, but that was only a 1-maneuver wave. And Tomas Tudela is our heat leader. So he's surfing through this last 10 seconds just on his way to the beach.
Yeah, it's not going to really affect him. It really comes down to, and it's an interesting last 2 minutes, because Billy, if he is able to achieve that 5-point ride, he really did a lot to manufacture that. He had to work his way through that priority order. He had to bait Oney on it.
He's really thinking about it. So let's take a look and see if this is a 5, Peter.
Well, that first section stood up for him. This is kind of just staying with it. And that's the section I liked. Tagged it pretty good. He's able to keep his speed through it. This is a difficult wave. It wasn't a slam dunk as far as getting to 5. And then Oney actually then picked up a wave here, which I didn't notice, and they split the peak. So we stayed with Billy. Ooh.
So if Oney got better than a 4.4, he's going to heighten the requirement for Billy Kemper, and we're waiting on both of those scores to get the final math and final results in this Heat 14 of the first round here at the Hawaiian Pro. Billy picking up his young son Hayes and is waiting for the news.
Well, that's all that really truly matters, right? When you got your young son to come in there and greet you, no matter what, it's all good.
5.43 last for Billy Kemper. He gets the score. He moves into second, and we're still waiting for last of Oney Anwar.
So we have brothers competing, Miguel Tudela and Tomas Tudela right there, getting through that tough heat. And at the very end of the heat, proving he's not just a big wave wizard. Billy Kemper comes through in second place, beating Oney Anwar and Luke Shepardson.
Somebody's got to win.
Why not me?